everyone, you're listening to Heaving Bosoms, and we've got an exciting Ask a Badass for you today. But first, trailer time. Join us on Monday, November 4th for part 2 of Mark of the Midnight Manzanilla by Lauren Willig. We learn all about Aaron's current haunting, have more secret passage fun, and you get some patented Heaving Bosoms recapping action scenes. Don't miss it. And now, we get a very special Ask a Badass from fellow gross girl, Jackie. She's also an old school romance lover, Hugh Jackman connoisseur, and pinball freak. Here we go.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Natalie. I added a million more, so we're not like
It's
copywriting.
It's
we're not,
I would hate to steal something from this podcast that I'm already stealing a segment from. It would be terrible.
So precious. We're paying homage to our cult leaders.
I know. It's crazy. So HBs, this is Jackie. You may know her from the cult, but Jackie is always a bright ray of sunshine and sarcasm and extremely good insults and really funny stories and Hugh Jackman information. So I thought that it would be awesome to have her be one of the first people that we interview. And I'm excited that you're here. Hello.
Hi, Natalie.
So Jackie, this podcast is going to be talking about what you love about romance and what you love about your life right now and some lady loves and stuff like that. So we'll jump right in. And I want to hear your coming of age romance tale.
Yes. Okay. So are you ready?
I am. Yes.
Baby Jackie. So I am the youngest of 4 siblings, a brother and 3 sisters, and they are all like 16, 12 years older than me. And so I was born in the States, but my family immigrated over from Vietnam. So for my sisters, when they were, like thrown into, school, they were like, hey, all of this like, ESL stuff, so boring. You know what's boring? Fabio man tits.
Those are pecs, okay? He works hard on those.
Man W's. It's like delicious like man mounds. So they just ignored like all of their real like actual curriculum, for like English as a second language, and then they were like, you know what, this is hella boring, but no, we're gonna go to the library and we're gonna borrow all the fantastic like novels that we can find. And because I was so much younger, they would use me as an excuse because our mom is very, very conservative to the point where like there's lots of us, so clearly, it's not immaculate conception. But my mom, but anyway, so they, in order to like hide like all their like illicit contraband from my mom, they would hide all their like romance novels like around the house, like under their pillows, like in their mattresses, like in their. And so when you're 8, of course you're like, what the hell are they doing? This is so exciting, like hidden shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I was like an asshole like kid too, so I would like dig in all their stuff and like find everything. So when I was 8, I read my very first one, and I still remember it was.
That's earlier than me.
It was so early.
I thought I was a little early for romance, but nah.
I was very confused because it was like Deborah Martin's Moonlight Enchantment.
Oh man, I'll have to find a picture of that one. For some, we'll clip a link to that Amazon link in the show notes or something.
I will hook you up because I found that shit on Amazon. It was very confusing time for Baby Jack. And I was a dumb kid too, so I would like hide that. I tried to like remember where I hid random books. Because there's like 3 sisters. There's like a shit ton of books. So I was like, fuck, where did that book go? Like, where was that? And I remember I like hid it under the scale in the bathroom. I never said I was a smart kid.
So you couldn't actually weigh yourself because it wouldn't press down.
And so so much of that came, I think, from like sisters, right? It's like, I feel like Sarah Wendell from like Smart, she always talks about how it's like, it's this awesome tradition of like passing down these stories from like generation to generation where you're like, ooh, check this shit out, it's great. And with my sisters, I remember one of them, she was always like, I refuse to read any romance novel unless she has black hair. Not fucking chestnut brown. I don't want like mahogany. It needs to be fucking black hair. Because she's like, I want to pretend it's me. And I was like, really? Really? Oh, okay.
So has she read any of like Helen Huang's stuff or anything like that?
Oh, you know what? Yes, she's read Helen Huang. I made my other middle sister, the one who was like, who had her like poster burned. Yeah, I got her like an autograph copy for her birthday for the bride test. And oh my God. So that's the thing. It's like, it's crazy. Like after all these years and years and you read like, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these books and you devour them. And holy shit, when Helen Huang came out, it was like, what the fuck? Oh my God.
I've never felt so seen.
Yes, it was like because also like I know she's from like Minnesota, and then also like now she's like San Diego, but she just wrote like everything that was like my childhood and like my current like city life of like being in like the Bay Area and like Silicon Valley. It's like all the like the street names she listed. It was like, holy shit, I just drove down there that day, and like it's to the, and then also like with the Vietnamese, you know, like I think it's been amazing having Helen Huang write these things that where you're like, holy shit, finally something that's so like relevant to my interests and to me. But you know, like it's weird because I feel like I'm in my like mid-30s, but I cut my teeth on all of these like crazy sauce old school stuff. I do love like going back to my old crazy problematic like dog-eared weirdo reads and then still being able to appreciate like all the newer stuff that's coming out that's like super woke and totally relevant and actually features like so many different like demographics that haven't really been featured before. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, but like there's like a super crazy sauce one. I remember and surprisingly it's like more recent, but it was like legendary because I had like a dinner party, so I could like basically read it like poetry slam style with like just reading like passages from the book and like snapping fingers because holy shit, this book is nuts. And I almost kind of want to have like submitted for like Melody and Aaron to read it, maybe for like a Patreon or something. But it's Passion by Lisa Valdez. And it's a duke, and there's like humping behind ferns and like a art museum. It's like, what the fuck is happening? But it's so good. It's so good, and it's better when you like present it to people who don't know romance as a genre, and you're just finger snap, finger snap, finger snap. Yeah. It's like, yes.
I've had a lot of those people who don't read romance, like trying to describe the book that I'm reading, especially if I'm reading it somewhere in public and then I laugh out loud, or someone's like, you're reading a Kindle, I'm gonna talk to you about it, what are you reading? And I'm like, do you really want to know? Like, how 1 out of 10, how serious is this question? Because if you're trying to pick me up, it's not going to work. So
hitting on me. Do you need a recommendation about like Ice Planet Barbarians? Do you want to know how cooies work?
Yeah. Did you get down on all those Ice Planet Barbarians
Not
books?
Yet. Not yet. It's like hoarded on my Kindle, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready.
I feel like that's like a good vacation read. I feel like if you can just like bang through them literally and figuratively. So how did you find Heaving Bosoms then?
You know what? I think it was through Sarah Wendell. I think it was like an ad on like Smart Bitches. And so, yeah, but I think as soon as I listened, it was like, I fucking love them so much. Like the
you were home.
Banter.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I understand that like the podcast wouldn't exist without the books, but like sometimes like have you had the notorious like listening to the podcast Bluetooth error, where's the power button situation? Has that happened to you?
Oh man, not so far. Like, knock on wood. I'm knocking on all the wood right now in my house. No. So I feel like because when I pull into my parking garage at work, and I know there's always, because I'm an office manager for like a little, like this little like fintech startup thing, and I always have my babies, my employees everywhere, and so I'm always terrified. I'm so paranoid about, like, I don't even connect my like personal phone to like the work, like the company, like the office like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So like when I pull into the parking garage, I deactivate that shit like MacGyver dismantling a bomb. I was like, fuck, you gotta hit all the buttons. Like super furtive.
Someone probably thinks you're watching porn or something.
I know.
But nah. Just listening to book podcasts on my phone.
I mean, it was like the red. It's kind of like, the grandpa fuckery. So
yeah.
I don't need like my boss to hear me.
At the I work at this big hotel, and we have all these different people that come for meetings. And I think I posted about this in the cult. I can't remember, but there was a group of Mennonite people that were all there for a meeting. And I was driving in, and I have to like put a code in to get in the gate. So my window was open. So I was driving into the parking lot, and I was pulling past these people. And it was right during the Sarah Wendell interview when she was talking about the guy that grows the second penis on the full moon.
Oh, the Saturn. Was Saturn? Yes! Nicholas.
Yes. Wow, you know him by name. But yeah, so it was right when it was like, yeah, he grows this second dick or something like that. Literally going by this group of Mennonite gentlemen who just didn't need that in their lives probably, but too bad, here I come.
I mean,
so that happened to me just the other day. The other day.
It's a gift that we share to the world. Sharing the knowledge of the cult and the message. I mean, maybe they want to join the cult too. We don't know if they want to join like our compound, our future compound. We don't know their stories.
I mean, I don't know much about Mennonites, but isn't that kind of like they're already there?
I think, yeah.
I don't know. They have not like a compound, not like a cult, but they kind of all live together, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you're Mennonite out there,
let's preface this.
Please send me an email at askabadasspod@gmail.com.
Please use the razor.
Because I'm obviously ignorant about Mennonite people. So does everyone in your life know that you read romance, or is it I mean, it has to be, right? Everyone has to know pretty much, right?
I mean, I think so, right? I mean, for the most part, it's not there's really no reason to hide it. Mm-hmm. I do, in our master bedroom, I
thought you were going to say masturbate, and I was like...
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Sorry. Keep going. I'm 12.
I will hang out in the gutter gladly with you.
Any day.
Yes, that's why we're friends. We just built this great little bookshelf thing, so I could have a little kind of reading corner in our master bedroom. So I'm gonna need all the shelves that we can have in this one little corner with a little rocking chair. Sure. And it was the same rocking chair that I had to fake kind of being pregnant so I could take the last rocking chair at Crate and Barrel. I was so mad because we went to so many furniture stores, and they looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, I just fucking love rocking chairs. My womb is empty. I don't have I don't have nothing. I just really like rocking chairs. Yeah. And it was always we've been this stupid house remodel for so long. I was I just want a really cool rocking chair. So we went to a few different places, and they're like, you should try the nursery section. And we're like, what the fuck? Okay, I guess I'll be a weirdo who just wants to rock. Yeah. We went to Creamer, and they had a sale, and I had to and there was another very nice family, and she was the one was heavily pregnant, but we had just just swiped the credit card, and they're kind of come over, and they were like, oh, what do you think of this model? And so I just had burrito, so I had to kind of push up my gut. So I was kind of gently clutched, I caressed
Can't you just order that shit online?
It was on sale. We just had to test it out.
They would have honored it. They would have just ordered it for you. God, I mean, they would have ordered it for that pregnant lady too. Oh,
they should. Fine. They totally should. She deserved a nice rocking chair too. But I was just I can't believe I'm faking.
Nice. She got a rickety ass rocking chair because you took that last one. You know it.
I'm sorry. Spawn of lady. I apologize. Okay. But it was so worth it though to have this little rocking chair with my empty womb and just
great
and rock with Lisa Valdez with her weird cervix talk.
Do you read mostly paperback, or do you read on a digital device?
Because
you reference bookshelves, so I wasn't sure.
I have my Kindle, but I gotta say I really 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 love my physical copies. And I am a giant slut for used bookstores.
Oh, hell yeah.
My biggest thing is so Nate and I will go to a bunch of random pinball expos and pinball conventions because we're pinball dorks, and a lot of times we'll be in random places where the problem with where it's just rent is so expensive. So if you're some cute little used bookstore place, you will never survive.
So you gotta travel for that shit.
Oh my god, we were in Palm Springs for this crazy pinball expo, arcade expo. It's like down in like Palm Springs, California, like near Banning. And it was basically a dude and his two sons who were like, we've collected so many pinballs, even that. And we have to have, we rented like an old, like abandoned like Air Force hangar and just like, and they just like laid out all their pinball machines because it was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Where like we went and broke like a Guinness Book of World Records of like the number of people playing pinball at once. So, but part of that is there were these amazing little used bookstores, and like I get sweaty like when I'm like I feel like I'm beaming.
And I feel like you could do some damage. Like you got to plan to have like a box shipped home or like, you know what I mean, or something, because like you don't know what you're gonna find.
No, treasures. It's so many treasures. And I love like the books, the ones where you're like, okay, if I remove this one book, it's actually gonna knock over like part of like the shelf.
Yes.
And you pull one and it's like just whoosh, like just like a whole bunch of dust like comes in and you're just like, I'm covered. And those are amazing. And you find the ones where it's like somebody's aunt just died and they just like dumped off like boxes and boxes of her smut books, right? And you're like, this is fucking great, because you find all these amazing ones that you'll never find on Amazon or you'll never find out in the wild. And
or it's like $25 for it on Amazon. You're like,
motherfuckers. I know.
Yeah. There's that I want to buy. So I gave away this Lisa Kleypas that I love, and paperback. And I'm happy I did it, because I don't really read paperback anymore, because I just never, I don't carry a bag, so I never, like, what am I gonna do? So I gave it away, but now I'm like, but I kind of wish I still had it. Like, I kind of wish that I could like look at that. Is it a step back cover where they have the fold back and then it's like a more revealing shot on the inside? So like, I kind of wish I still had that to just look at every now and again. But I want to buy it on digital, because then I'll actually be able to read it. But
but anyway. Something. Do you remember the title?
Yeah, it's called Again the Magic.
The Magic. Okay, we'll have to have that down for you. Then,
I will,
because it would be nice to have like a physical copy.
Exactly, it would be nice. And the new copies, they don't have the same cover. Like the new mass market paperbacks don't have the same cover as the old ones.
Okay, HB's assemble. We're gonna find it.
I think I actually gave it to an HB, but she can keep it. I think I sent it in the Christmas book exchange, because I was like, someone else should enjoy this book.
That's so nice of you.
You know what I mean? And then like only afterwards later, I was like, they don't make the same one anymore. I'll probably find it at a thrift store somewhere, and it'll be meant to be, and it'll be okay.
Well, see, this is why you are a kind-hearted embodiment of lady love, because I am a hoarding bitch. I'm like Smaug. I'm like the dragon with the gold, and I'm like, these fucking smut books are mine. Don't touch it. Like I get possessive. I get weird about it. So no, like in these used bookstores, I'm like, if someone walks down like the same aisle as me, I'm just like, what the? Why are you fucking? Get out of here! Get out of here! This is mine! Oh my god!
Don't even look at them, okay?
No, just don't make
That's why they're in your bedroom, so they're not in like access to normal human beings.
No, it is a hoard.
It's an upper level tier.
Precious treasures. Yes.
So, besides those, what else are you passionate about these days, Jackie?
So we did touch on pinball.
Yes,
so
I could tell.
This was
I was hoping that's where this was going.
My God. Yeah. Shout out to Sarah Natalie, also Sarah Whitney, our beloved author of the HB Cult.
Buy all her shit.
She and I are total pinball dorks.
No, wait, did you know each other, or did you just find that out, like meet each other through the cult?
We met each other through the cult, and it was this bizarre thing of like, oh my God, we shared catnip together. so
yeah, but
things.
That bitch has her own library. Have you seen it?
Amazing. She can do.
I live close to her. Do you know this?
You need to go there and do the Beauty
I know.
And the Beast,
what
like,
am I
thing.
fucking waiting for? Sarah, I'm coming for you.
Sarah, it's happening.
I live like an hour from her.
Oh my God. Why are you not there now?
I don't know. You know, I mean, it's 9:22, but
you should be clutching.
She has
at,
real life too.
The ladder. You should be clutching at the ladder and doing the bell thing with
slide.
the arm out.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide down. Yep.
I'm sure they have like homeowners insurance that would totally cover that. Her husband's a lawyer. It's all good. He knows that shit. Legalese. Don't sue me.
Just how much ladder sliding can I get away with here?
Oh my God. All of it. And especially because she has like a pinball room now. Oh! So yeah, no, we've been like nerding out like, you have a pinball room and we have pinball rooms. But no, like so Nina, we went to this like great, it's like a pinball expo like several years ago. And it's like, and it was like one of our nerd friends who was like, hey, you should totally check out this like pinball arcade expo. It's pretty cool. So we went and we were like, holy shit. It was this awesome thing where it was like you pay for like a wristband for the weekend and you just play till like 2 a.m. and it's like hundreds and hundreds of like stuff on free play and it's fantastic. And so this was like several years ago, and at the time we were living in like a 2-bedroom apartment, and we went and we're like, so bought South Park, and then bought Bram Stoker's Dracula, the one with like Keanu Reeves and like
You're
Tom
saying
Waits.
like the one with like I know what you're talking about.
Do you remember the movie with like Keanu Reeves and like Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder, and
we're gonna say yes
accents.
for the for the terms of this podcast, but
yes.
Really no is the answer. But yes, I do know what you're saying. Yes.
That's the one.
That pinball machine.
Yeah,
okay.
Tom Waits one. And then Star Trek TNG. So we became those weirdos where you like walk through the front door of this 2-bedroom apartment and like 2 machines by the kitchen. And then like the 1 bedroom was like 5 machines. And we're like, we can quit anytime. It's like, no, we can't. We totally can't. Then we're like,
did they ever wake you up in the middle of the night? Well, not now because you've graduated to a full wing, but
so
before. When they shared your domicile.
Wouldn't that be great? That would be amazing. Well, like sometimes like you work from home and you're like fucking pinball in the morning and underwear and coffee. Like who's gonna stop me? I'm an adult. Fuck off.
Exactly.
It was great. So we're like, fuck, okay, we need a house. And so we got married, then we bought our like 3-bed 1-bath, which later years later we like converted into like remodeled into like a 3-bed 2-bath, and then we're like, okay, priorities, we're gonna turn the garage into an arcade room, so now we can have like what was it? I think we can fit like 12 pinball machines in there. And
I don't know. That sounds like a lot because you only have 2 hands.
Oh, so many. And we had like installed cup holders on the machines because that saves like friendships. It's like, you did not put your shady Coors Light on my Game of Thrones limited edition, motherfucker. Yes. Oh man. But like, yeah, I feel like there's been this great. It's like. I think from like the 70s, well, like 70s, 80s, 90s, like every time like a movie came out, like there had to be like a pinball version. So there's like we used to own like Water World, where it was like Dennis Hopper, and there was like a multi-ball mode where he's like, sink the D's, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, I get so stressed during multi-balls. Like I love pinball. I am absolutely god awful at pinball, but it like translates to like every video game. Like I'm that person and like that's playing Mario that will just jump into the crevasse. Like you're like all you had to do was jump over it, and you just walked right into it. Like that's me whenever I'm playing video games. So what is your favorite pinball game that you currently have?
That's a good
I'm
question.
Sorry, you're picking one of your children.
My favorite child. Let's see. We have one of our newest ones is like the newest like Batman from Stern. They kind of like call like Batman 1966 is based on like the actual TV show with like Adam West. And it was like Adam West's like last. Like one of his last jobs before he passed.
Was doing the sound bites for this?
Doing the sound. I know. I was like, oh my god. So it's kitschy and it's adorable. It's like Julie Newmar in Eartha Kitt. So good. So
I love Eartha Kitt's voice. I could listen to Eartha Kitt. She could like read me the phone book.
All of it. She could have taught me English, or taught me like the alphabet in English when I was like a child trying to learn how to read because my fucking sisters wouldn't teach me because they're too busy like jilling off to like fucking I don't know whatever Esme Moonlight Enchantment. So
I saw her as the Wicked Witch in Wizard of Oz, which was amazing.
Did she get like all the like applauses? And
I think so. I was pretty young, so like I was young enough to like I was old enough to know it was awesome, but young enough to be like, who the fuck is Eartha Kitt? Like, you know what I mean? And now I think back and I'm like, why did you get a playbill sign? What were you doing? Idiot.
Baby Natalie. That's okay.
I know, exactly.
Oh, she's wonderful. So good.
Stern is a person that makes pinball games, yes?
Yes, it is a man.
Just one man?
It is a guy in his garage. Okay. No, I just kidding. No, we like toured his like factory. It's like he like brought it back, which is amazing because like for the longest time like pinball like almost like died. Like so many of these companies just like like there's no way. There's been this great kind of movement of like a lot of like homeowners where it's like, oh my god, like home use like pinball, and they're kind of like focusing more about that. So I think a lot of the new themes that are coming out are more for like nostalgia for people of a certain demographic who can like buy this shit, which is like, why are you remaking Kiss? No one wants Kiss, really. Like, I don't really want Gene Simmons' big ass tongue during a multi-ball. Thank you, Stern. But that's kind of fucking gross, but it's okay. But it's like, why? But yeah, but I mean, it's just, I feel, and especially like where I am, it feels like there's a lot of like this great little community of like nerds with disposable income. So it's almost like you're trading them back and forth. So so like for instance, we bought like a couple machines from this dude. I think it was like, what was it? Like the Flintstones and Waterworld, some other ones. And he was like, hey, these are like some of my favorites. So like when you're bored, call me, I'll buy them back from you. So it's almost like you're renting them, which is how we justified. We were like, fuck it, it's totally fine. We quit any time. It's great. But yes, no. But we did like a whole like pinball like theme for like the rest of our house remodels. We had like this custom kitchen island that we did with like it's a machine from like I think it's like the late 70s early 80s called Genie, and it has like it's like wider and like longer than most traditional playfields.
That's cool.
So we just did like quartz around it and like tempered glass and like LED lighting, and we're like,
I guess I always assumed that you like had somebody make one, but that's like a legit thing that is in there. That's awesome.
Oh, we just it's like my favorite thing in like the kitchen where you're just like, oh, pinball, and it's just, you feel like no matter what, when you do a house remodel, you're gonna personalize it anyway, so you might as well just do all the weird shit
exactly
that you like.
exactly worry about resale value later. But it sounds like with all the nerds that you have nearby, because you're in Silicon Valley, right?
Nerds.
So like I feel like there would be no problem being like, yeah, but we have all this pinball shit, and they'd be like, okay,
right?
Can I pay you more money for this house?
We'll take it.
Can I move in immediately?
Oh my god, that'd be perfect. We did like I mean, you can always do like an Airbnb. Like, hey, would you like to live in like?
Oh yeah,
house
absolutely.
For, like, a weekend? It should be hilarious.
I would live there for a weekend.
Wouldn't that be great?
My kids would break all your shit though. You don't want me there.
Welcome anytime. Okay.
I've had a virtual tour of your house, and I called dibs on your guest room.
Yes, the little guest room. You are welcome anytime. Although it may be haunted. Just kidding, it's not haunted. I know. But yeah, no.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
No.
It's fine. Besides awesome pinball, what are your other current lady loves?
Let's see. So I know you touched on Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I did. And you can talk as much as you'd like about him.
I would like to touch on him as well. Like all
Too
over.
late. You already have.
I touched him so many times. It's so great. No,
I feel like one of our first extensive interactions on the cult was about how fangirly you are about Hugh Jackman. And his huge Jackmans.
Yes, he's a huge jacked man.
Yes, he is. It's man. Like that was on purpose, right?
Yes, ma'am. Huge jacked man. Like, how could you not name your child that and not expect him to be?
He is like meant to be a Wolverine. Is he from New Zealand or is he from Australia?
Oh, Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His little Aussie. He's so great. No, it was this weird thing of like. I guess my lady love is kind of like, hey, embrace all the shit that makes you so fucking happy.
Yeah.
Even though it reminds you of like your nostalgic high school like hormonal days, because I feel like as I get older, I'm like, unless you would like to finance the way I live, you can fuck off, and I don't need your opinions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, if you are welcome to pay all my bills and pay all that shit, and then you can have an opinion on the things that I do that make me happy. But otherwise, you can fuck right off. And so for me, it was like, I think it's just like the lady love that I've been kind of like really like trying to like focus on in my life right now is just like, hey, having no embarrassment about rediscovering like your teenage obsessions, and I think it's kind of fun. And,
I was blasting Dashboard Confessional outside of my house on like a Bluetooth speaker the other day. Like I was sitting in the backyard with my kids, and I was like, "Is anyone else crying, or is it just me? Neighbors, like, what are you doing?" Amazing. Yeah, but that's how my husband was like, "Again?" Like.
Joe, this is serious business.
Yeah, look. It is so serious. I am so full of emotions, and they only have one outlet.
Oh, angst. And okay, do you remember that Dashboard Confessional song that was like on the Shrek 2 soundtrack or something?
Oh,
As Lovers Go?
Yes.
I loved that soundtrack. I thought it was wonderful.
That soundtrack was so good.
It was a great fucking Butterfly Boucher. Right? I'm dating myself.
So anyway, but yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, I don't know if it's that we're too old to be embarrassed, because I don't think that's the case. It's just like we grew up, and now there's like it's about like not feeling embarrassed about that you're telling people that you read romance, because why do they care, A? No. And why do I care that they care, B? You know. And that's definitely, I feel that really hard.
Oh, so hard. And you know what? I feel like we're now in this moment of like, we're all independent boss ass bitches who will like pay for your own self. And you just have to embrace the stuff that you love with no reservations. And I think that's so important. And I kind of had that moment when like I've met Hugh Jackman a few times, like at his like different shows, like his Broadway show in like New York, and then and a couple other times when he came out to like San Francisco for this other like show that he was doing, and each time I was like, picture with you, and like touching and hugging, and like,
we're doing this whether you like it or not.
Oh yes, you are going to hug me. And I at the SF show I went like 3 times, like front row, and I got him like at the time like his kid was like, I'm really into like Salvador Dali, so I found these like fake mustaches, and then so the 3rd time I came back and he's like, oh, like Oscar really liked them. I'm like, holy fucking shit, I really forgot. So this, like, the most recent time, like, he's, like, on his, like, little world tour right now where he's just singing his little fucking Wolverine heart out, and it's amazing. It's so good. And I was like, I'm just gonna buy, like, the fucking, like, Crazy Lady tickets, because when will this happen again?
Yeah.
It'll never happen again. So it's like, hello, like, checking account, this is and it's okay.
It's me, Jackie.
Hi, it's me. You remember me? It's me. It's that
I
bitch.
created you. I can end you.
Take it away. For huge Jackman. And it was great.
Yeah, you had like real front row.
Oh, I was like, high five, touch me, please. And he did, and it was lovely. And I also made, guys. HBs.
It's real.
This is like delving into like obsession land.
We're getting like, the inside scoop.
FBI agents who are listening, I promise I'm not stalking him for real. It's okay. But he had this skit when he was like on SNL, like in like '98 or something crazy, where he played. It was like a skit about the Christmas kangaroo, and Will Ferrell played his dad, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm an Australian kid, and when you're a kid in Australia, you don't have Santa, you're the Christmas kangaroo, and your dad." Like every year has to like fight the kangaroo to get presents. And he's recounting this, and it's like Will Ferrell, and he's like boxing like someone dressed up as a kangaroo. And then he's like, and then one year, that one fateful year, when my dad lost to the kangaroo and it sodomized him. And so like and then of course he like did a Jimmy Fallon and totally like broke character. It was like,
yeah, oh yeah.
And I was like, Christmas kangaroo, how can I in the year 2019 at this like fucking world tour in like San Jose and like my row like 4 seat or whatever, how do I have this like shared moment with him as he's standing on stage? I know what I'll do. Let me double check his dad is alive, so I can print a picture of his dad with a little like word bubble that was like, "Oi, bloody Christmas kangaroo!" And then I found this like tiny kangaroo, and then I found this tiny little like pink boxing glove, and I had this little Christmas orb I hung around his neck, and I had a little sign up like, "Christmas kangaroo, fucking look at me!" And it worked because like, and it's like the last song, his like finale song, like "Once Before I Go," right? And he's like singing, and I'm just like kangaroo, like from like the stage, and I have on camera of him like. And then I'm like looking, and I'm like, burr, and just like stopping for this like, burr, and then like bird chirp noise, and then just like looked, and then he just kind of like smiled and like waved, and I'm like, oh my god, Senpai,
and you're like,
me.
Did he think that it was funny, or did he think that I was crazy?
You little column.
So I'm glad you explained it, because I think you had posted a picture of his kangaroo on the cult, and I was like, that's a cool kangaroo. Wearing boxing gloves, Jackie. Like, I was like, she's either real into kangaroos or this is some shit I just don't understand. And it was definitely the second one,
awesome
but also maybe a little bit of the first one.
It's you know what? It was that moment where I like walked. I passed this the bouncer who was standing there. I was like, dude, I'm really sorry, but I'm about to wave this kangaroo in your face.
You just gotta be up front. Let them know what you need, and they might help you.
No, they are the nicest. As long as you are the nicest to like receptionists, office managers, and like security guards, they are fucking awesome. The nicest people. And if you're like, hey man, I promise I won't jump the stage. I'm too short. It's all good. I think you're doing great. And they're always super sweet.
I feel that way about bringing the maintenance guys at work baked goods because, hey man, I got special duct tape that never comes off the other day. And I'm not saying it was the banana bread, but I'm pretty sure it was the banana bread.
I have seen your baked goods, and you are a fucking virtuoso with like carbs. So yeah.
I don't know. You haven't ever tasted them. Who knows? It could be poison.
So food porny. It's so good.
Are you ready, Jackie, for the lightning round?
I'm so scared. I kind of looked through them and I was like, fuck.
I know. We'll so Melody did these for me, and I was like, I blanked on like 90% of them, and I was like, you wrote these questions, bitch. Like, what? Why do you not have answers prepared? You should at least have an idea. I was like, okay, so why am I in charge of this? Who knows?
Fine.
But,
no. We love you. I'm so happy you're doing this. You're amazing. This is great.
But I wanted to ask this before, and I'll do it as my first lightning round question. But what is your preferred genre?
Oh, damn. You know what? I cut my teeth on historical, so I gotta say historical. And, I mean, yeah, like England times.
Like Regency shit? Yeah.
I think more Regency. I mean, it's just so much like...
You like a little ankle showing or what?
Oh, yes. Like the Joan Wolfe, the Lisa Kleypas. I mean, Joanna Bourne actually has been...
You're going to meet Lisa Kleypas at KissCon.
Oh, my God. And you're going to like, can I have a signed copy of Once Again the Magic or whatever?
I was thinking, I think that's why I actually looked it back up to see if I could get one, because I was like... I don't really care about author. Like, I appreciate authors for writing things for me, but like, I don't necessarily need to meet them or whatever. Like, that's never been on my top 10 list. But I'm like, I'm going to this thing. I might as well do it. And then I was like, I should get her to sign that book. And I was like, you gave it away.
No, you gave it away because you wanted to share the joy.
I know. I really did because I love that book.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good.
Are you an Aaron or a Melody?
Oh, I feel like a weird hybrid. Am I an Aaron?
I think so.
Based on my level of like insults.
Oh my gosh, I feel like we didn't talk about that enough. We'll have to do a little PS at the end of this because it's amazing. So I could see you being a little bit of column A, a little column B, but I think you're more of an Aaron.
That's wonderful. I feel like at work. And with like my immediate girlfriends, or like best friends, I'm more like a Melody of like fucking embrace you with like tentacles of nerve, right?
But you're also the boss,
but also snarky, but also like Aaron.
You're in charge, like, you know.
What the fuck?
That's a little bit Aaron.
You know what? It's an honor to even be like compared to either of the two cult leaders. So
I mean, we're comparing ourselves, so it's you know.
I'll take it. Yes.
Okay. What is your comfort food?
Oh man, this is very, very basic, and I will sound like the most boringest person ever. Nope. But chicken and rice. Like
I know that. Yeah.
Oh, like, and especially if you cook, if you make your chicken first, and it's like it has to be like bone in, skin on to get like the real like chicken broth, and then you use
my favorite kind.
Yeah. See, and then you use the broth to make your rice.
You just boil the chicken, right?
Oh my God! Oh, I throw it on like pressure cooker, like Instant Pot, that bitch. It's so tender. And then you like broil the chicken skin so it gets like super crispy.
Is there anything better than chicken skin? Like, it's so good, right?
Chicken cracklins.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's so good. Like
I could talk about food for a long time.
Oh my God, I'm drooling. Okay.
I know. I had to swallow a couple of times talking about croissants the other day. Like it was.
Yes.
All right. What is your favorite carb?
You know what? I think just like fresh bread and like butter, just like a big steaming fucking loaf of bread.
I made baguettes today, and I ate half of one, like out of the oven. Like it was hurting my fingertips to hold it, and I was like, it's fine. I was dipping it in a little bit of butter and just putting that steamy bread love in my mouth, and it was amazing.
Just gorge. It's like those Bugs Bunny cartoons when he's just deep throating like a carrot, but like with a baguette. It's like blah.
Yes. And it's totally genetic too, because Ruby was like, how long until my bread is cooled off? Like she was like, why isn't it out of the oven yet?
It's like, my sweet. It's perfect. It'll be fine. We'll have like baguette sword fights. It'll be perfect. Like, sword fight, nom nom nom.
What is your problematic fave when it comes to books?
Oh man.
I mean, we talked about a few.
That's a dangerous question. I like all the crazy songs. Old school ones. I mean, I feel like if you had seen me in like middle school and high school, like I was always at the local library, and I think I combed through. I think I probably read. Like I went through the whole backlist of like anything that had like remotely like romance. I dogged the shit out of it and like bookmarked it and all of it. So I mean, I remember. Oh my god, like some of the crazy ones, like, I mean, there's always like, Jude Devereaux, she's super nuts. Even like some of the popular contemporary ones now, like, I know Susan Elizabeth Phillips and like Lisa Craves, there were some like original ones that were kind of like pretty like,
questionable. Yeah.
The forced seduction trope, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of get it where it was like, especially like I think from like cultural standpoint of like a very conservative like immigrant like parents, and so you kind of have a little bit of like, like yes, the hero is just so like overcome, and it's totally not your fault. Like you you could not accuse you just drove him to madness. Oh my god, you're so hot. Yeah. But it's all like contained in a fantasy, right? Where it's like I feel like as you read it, like it's not like the real problematic stuff. It's like you're kind of having this agreement with the book of like, yes, it's a little like non-consenty, but it's in the context of like
it's
this
fiction.
Fantasy.
Okay,
it's just a story. It's like I don't want to murder someone. I'm not reading like a thriller, Like I'm not trying to figure out how to like poison people, It's like arsenic cookies, but it's
you're on some watch list somewhere. I don't know, man. She's reading a lot of questionable books. Like I don't.
So for seduction-y. Or I mean, it's even like even all the crazy shit of like V.C. Andrews, right? Like we all read like V.C. Andrews, and that shit was problematic as fuck. It was like weird incesty, rapey, like boxcar children stuff. Where it was like, why are there orphans, and why are there so many orphans who are like so like why are they hiding on trains, and why are they? I don't get it.
How did this happen? What is the plot line here?
This is intense. So many questions, but problematic faves. I mean, I cut my teeth on like all of those crazy like swept away with passion books.
Oh yeah.
And I mean it's looking at a lens now, intellectually it's like pretty fucked up, but in the context of like the time that it was in, and then like I get it, and I just don't want to get yelled at online is really what I'm trying to say. But please,
that's why you read Kindles that don't have covers anymore, right?
Or you hide them in your smog cavern in your little cave with your shitty rocking chair.
Yeah,
and, like my precious.
I mean, that thing was Crate and Barrel. It's probably not shitty.
I mean, yeah.
That's the top of the line model. You fought pregnant ladies for that.
It was on sale.
All right.
Yes.
What is your favorite trope if we're still talking books?
Oh.
Are you a secret baby?
I love enemies to lovers.
Yeah.
I love the ones who are like, I fucking hate the way you breathe. It's so hot. Because I am not by nature, I am not confrontational. That's not my thing. I hate confrontation. It makes me. Bleh. But so to read it and how it like unfolds, I'm just like delicious enemies to lovers. I love it. We will never live this life, so let me do it vicariously. It's great, especially if you're hot. But yeah, like I love that. Forced proximity is always good. I kind of like, I mean, I'm not as big into like the kid thing, so I'm sure that's something that will maybe will change if suddenly my womb like spews forth little children.
I mean, like miraculously, or
I mean, this IUD is pretty like lodged up in there with my cooey.
Yeah, I guess it depends.
Right, vibrating cooey until it falls out near like a bonfire or whatever.
Oh my god, that shit was the weirdest.
That was amazing. But yeah, tropes. But yeah.
So like, are you a no epilogue person? Do you not care for an epilogue?
Yeah, I think I'm like the dog-eared smut person, where I'm like, yeah, cool, that's great, they're happy, that's fine, that's fine. It's a nice little.
Do you ever just skip them?
So, no, I have to finish.
Yeah,
I'm a finisher. Yeah.
I am a DNFer. I will absolutely just not finish stuff. Absolutely not.
There's been a few, there's more. I've done that more with Kindles than I have with with like paper
absolutely.
like copies.
I can see that.
I fucking bought you. I'm holding you. I gotta flip through.
Bath meal or no bath meal?
You
have a really nice bathtub. Have you used it yet?
I have not used it yet.
Jackie.
I know. It's so bad. Like, you know what? You have no. I even prepped like snacks. Because I'm like, I need to like know what it's like to be like a melody and like eat like snarf like snacks in like the bathtub, but I have it in little like those little like glass jars, a little lid, and it's just sitting like ready to go for the bathtub. It's gonna
go bad pretty soon.
It's like some chocolates. It's like some like cheese crackers.
They're gonna be stale by the time you're going to do it. You should do it tonight.
And I even have like Chris Pine candle, like from like Crystal's like no, not Chris Pine, Chris Evans. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, Aaron's gonna be mad at me. Crystal's gonna be mad.
Do you want me to edit it out, or should we just leave it and see what happens?
I will take full responsibility for my faux pas.
You are an Aaron. Look at that.
I will take full responsibility. I'm sorry. But yes. So I have it all ready to go, but I just haven't like taken that like maiden voyage at popping that bathtub cherry, and shame on me.
Have you taken baths like ever? Like, has it never been part of your routine?
Never. Like, just as a kid maybe, but like we have like a hot tub, and we have this like, so I just feel like if I want to like soak, like I can just like pop in a hot tub, but then with the
because it's already running.
Yeah, right. And it's like we already paid for that shit, so
no, you want to sit in lukewarm water.
With snacks.
Yeah.
With snacks.
Because you can't eat chocolate in the hot tub.
But you can
that would
drink.
Melt. Yeah, you absolutely can. I mean, you could drink in the bathtub too. So I've heard. I don't really know. I haven't done.
Are you a bath meal or a no bath meal?
I'm not a bath person. So, but we've talked. Melody and I talked about. I like a shower beer.
Yes.
So I like a shower LaCroix. I like a shower coffee.
Same.
But I don't like sitting still. So so I just can't do baths.
I just feel like I'm just marinating, like in my own filth. I know like you're supposed to like cleanse yourself and then like run your tub and then like sit, and I'm like, but I'm clean then. Why do I need to like hang out in the tub?
If you could dispense one condiment from your belly button, what would it be?
Oh, damn, cheese sauce all the way.
Like a concession stand nacho cheese sauce.
I don't even want like real cheese. I want like that fucking pasteurized cheese product.
Shelf stable.
Where they legally can't call themselves cheese. They're like, no.
Yeah, it's just yellow goo, okay?
Yes,
just don't.
Orange product. The goopier, the better. However, I did find out that there is a really great recipe from, Kenji Alt Lopez, I think, from like Serious Eats, and it's like the best.
I love Serious Eats.
Cheese sauce ever, and it's like
really?
Evaporated. It's like you have to shred the cheese yourself because you can't use like pre-shredded because like the cornstarch. And, we'll get it all right. You can't bind it, so that, and then like evaporated milk. and like hot sauce and maybe like some other stuff, but it just together with like the cheese and the evaporated milk. Oh, and was it cornstarch? Maybe cornstarch.
Yeah, maybe like a thickener.
Yes, the cornstarch, but it's like goopy cheese, but it's like real cheese and like good cheese, and it's
it
so
doesn't
good.
have like nearly as many. I don't know if evaporated milk has chemicals in it, but that doesn't sound like it has any chemicals in it. It's right up my alley. Is it orange though, or does it just depend on
whatever cheese you put in there, girl?
I feel like you don't do a Gruyere in that situation. I feel like you do like a sharp cheddar or like a something like that with a lot of flavor.
All kinds of good shit. So much good shit. Yes, that would be coming from my belly button. Just pasteurized cheese product or bougie cheese product. It's all good. Equal opportunity cheese eater.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's probably easier to dispense like nacho cheese from your belly button if you're going to have to think about logistics. I don't know. It's like a reservoir in there. I don't know. I haven't really thought about the logistics of how that would work, but I just like that question a whole lot.
No, I think it's genius. It's genius. It's like I want to be self-sufficient. If I have to live off the grid in this like fucking commune with my favorite HBs.
Not everyone has like mine is ketchup. Like you can't find ketchup packets anywhere. You definitely can't find nacho cheese everywhere.
No.
What if they only have Hunt's ketchup and you're a Heinz person?
Oh,
like,
that is fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the solution, is just dispensing it from your belly button, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know.
I feel like that would be a great representation because you have like cheery melody-esque music and then like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Crazy. I hate everything. So I feel like that probably encapsulates like the different aspects of me, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Great. All right.
Good
It's
enough.
decided. Jackie.
Yes.
It's been an hour and almost 15 minutes. Can you
Holy
even
shit.
believe this?
I'm keeping you from your children. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, they're asleep. Hello, I don't care.
Oh, precious angel.
No.
I love unconscious babies.
Yeah, sure. This was so much fun. I'm so glad that it worked out and that we had like time and it didn't have to work late because you've been working a lot. And
Oh my God. Soon. This office move will be done, and it's a temporary problem, and I will house my employee babies, my darling, sweet employees will be in a brand new office, and I can just chill the fuck out and be in Europe at the end of the move, and it'll be great.
What are you doing in Europe?
Good. Oh, I'm going with a few awesome coworkers, just a few. It's with a little girls trip. I think we're just gonna hop over to like London and Amsterdam and Paris for like 2.5 weeks. It's kind of like
awesome.
the end of like when we have to move, so it's like a very clear deadline of like if y'all bitches want me to like
be here.
We need to make this deadline because I'm gone.
I have a plane ticket. It is non-refundable, even though it's probably refundable. It's non-refundable.
Exactly. Bye. I'm gonna need fucking croissants. I'm gonna need croissants. I'm gonna need some like mushy peas and some like meat pies.
Absolutely.
So.
Oh my gosh! Can you just take pictures of all of it and just send me pictures of all your food all the time?
So much food. It'll be great.
Love it.
Oh, yes. But no, I'm so happy that you're doing this. Again, I know I mentioned it before, but as soon as I joined the cult, I saw immediately like how you are like a fucking Care Bear just staring all over the HBs with your amazing self. And I was like, I like her. She's good people. She's really great. So thank you for not being creeped out and I
never
fangirl that. It was like, you're so sweet and amazing. I recognize your work. You're so great. So.
Oh man, you're the best. All right.
The best.
Well, I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
I love you too.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Okay, HBs, because I obviously can't be trusted to do things the normal way or remember to continuously, say things at the end. Thanks so much for listening. This is the Ask a Badass podcast segment. You can submit a request to be on the show at askabadasspod@gmail.com. You can find me in the Geriatric Friendship Cult. I'm Natalie MM. And or really just like send up a beacon or like a Captain Planet type of signal. And keep being a badass and love yourself as much as you love heaving bosoms.
Hey, you. Yes, listener, you. Are you loving the show?
If so, please leave a rating and review in your podcast app. The 90 seconds you take to say something nice not only helps new people find the show, but it makes me super smile over at HBHQ. Also, I've had a few people ask, and the answer is yes. We are still doing the 5-star bribe. If you leave us a review with 5 stars, then we'll do whatever book you want. We're real deep into the list, though, so it might be a while. Lilas! Okay, back to the show.